to the Cherry Purls podcast. We are a mostly knitting podcast coming to you from outside of New Orleans, Louisiana. We are a mother and daughter podcast. I'm Mary.
I'm Robin.
You can find me on Ravelry and Pinterest as Snip and Fool. And on Instagram, I am My Angry Orange Cat.
You can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, just Ravelry and Instagram as Teeny Button, and you can find my Etsy shop as Teeny Button Studio on Etsy, where I sell my project bags and my hand-dyed yarn.
We want to say welcome to everybody who is returning. We love our returning viewers. I love the comments that people make in our Ravelry group, which is the Cherry Purls podcast on Ravelry, or Cherry Purls podcast, and the people that leave messages on YouTube. We really appreciate that. And if you're a new viewer, thank you for joining us. We know there are lots of podcasts out there, and we enjoy spending time with everyone who spends their time with us.
I would actually like to apologize in advance for this episode because if you watched our previous episodes, you know that we just got done moving. So we're in a new location. We haven't ironed out exactly where we'll be filming, and we don't have blinds on the windows yet, so we have brown paper up, so the lighting's not right.
Yeah, we moved last Saturday. Today is Friday, June 24th, and we moved last Saturday. So we're still unpacking buku boxes. I still haven't found all my yarn. Have no idea where a lot of things are.
It's the first thing you pack.
It's the first thing I packed. Well, no.
You put it in a special box.
I put it in a special box, but I haven't unpacked it all yet, and there's still some things that didn't go in a special box that I'm looking for. So we're not really sure where we're going to finally land for the podcast. So we may try out a couple of locations.
Yeah, this episode's probably going to be a little bit grainy because we haven't figured out the lighting situation. We had a really good place to film in our old house, because it had, white floors and white walls, and it reflected the light really well. But we'll find a place in the new house, maybe right here once we get the shutters up.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, I'd also like to apologize for my voice. I'm sure y'all can hear it. I was feeling under the weather earlier this week. Monday it started, and I was running a fever, and I actually called out of work on Tuesday. But I'm feeling better. It's just that my voice is all hoarse and my throat's scratchy. So if you have trouble understanding me, I apologize. But if you stick with us, we'll show you some great knitting things.
Maybe.
Hopefully. I have my knitting things because I separated mine out.
Well, I have all of my finished objects. I just haven't. I've done zero knitting in the past probably 10 days. So
that's some knitting. I've done enough knitting for both of us.
Good. I am happy to hear that.
I have enough stash for both of us, too.
Yeah. No. For our thank you section this week, we would like to thank the ladies at Two Tangled Skeins. Sue, who's one of the hosts, mentioned us on Instagram as one of her favorite new podcasts, and we are paired with her for the Podcasters Christmas in July swap. So we'd like to say thank you for enjoying what we're doing.
Yeah. She was actually my camp leader for winter camp.
That's right, for winter camp. Mm-hmm. Robin was in her cabin.
Yeah, I haven't caught up with their new episodes, but they do have a good podcast. So I would go check it out. They have a ton of episodes.
And we'll have a link to their podcast in our show notes. And the second thank you goes out to Lynn of Sunshine and Bubblegums podcast. She's a brand new podcast. I think she has one episode. And she mentioned that we were one of her inspirations on starting the podcast. She's also in the New Orleans area, so she's a local podcaster, and maybe we will meet up with her at some point and maybe get to know each other a little bit better. So she's a member of our group, and we'll link to her podcast. So if you're looking for new podcasts, go check either one of these groups out. Both of them are wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay, do you want to talk about the cow, or do you want me to?
Oh, you can.
Okay, we have a Summer Colors cow that is ongoing. It started June the 1st and will run through July 31st.
Almost halfway done.
Yes, we are hosting it with Robin of the Stitching Between Pages podcast. And come over and join our Ravelry group and Robin's Ravelry group to be eligible for prizes. We will be drawing from both the chatter thread and the finished object threads. And we have some lovely objects already showing up in the finished objects thread.
Mm-hmm.
And so come on over and join in the fun. The rules are that you have to knit a single project, using 2 different colorways, 2 different skeins of yarns, and the finished project has to be at least 75 grams. It doesn't have to be summer related, it's just the Summer Colors name came from the fact that we're doing it during the summertime in North America or the Northern Hemisphere. If you are in the Southern Hemisphere, then
it's the winter colors, Cal.
You can do it in winter colors, or you can think
whatever
ahead
colors
and do
you
it.
want.
Yes, or think ahead and do it in summer colors. It's really whatever colors you want, as long as it's a minimum of 2. It can be more than that, but it has to be in a single project and a completed single project.
So I have, do you want me to show the prizes now, or should I wait?
Well, we don't have all the prizes yet, so
just show them in stash.
You can show them in stash. This is some of the prizes, not all the prizes.
I mean, by some, we have 1 prize now. We still have a month to go. So
yes.
If anyone out there wants to donate a prize, we'd really appreciate it. Just get in contact with us on Ravelry, and we'll be happy to promote your business.
Absolutely.
All right, you have any finished objects?
I have 3 finished objects.
3?
Well, I mean, I had them finished before last week, but we didn't. No, well, we didn't podcast last week, so I actually finished them. Like when I said I haven't done knitting in about 10 days, those were the things that I finished up, and some things where I was really close to being finished. And then other things were just really quick. So it's not like I've done a lot of knitting. It's just that had we podcast last week, they would have shown up in last week's podcast, and I'd have 0 this week.
Podcasting last week would have been a bad idea. It was just so crazy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So you go first.
Okay. The first finished object that I have are the socks that I was knitting. I finally finished them. I cannot find my sock blockers. A lot of things
mine.
I can't find, but anyway, these are the socks that I had been knitting on. These are called Bubbles Down the Drain. Sorry, and again, I forgot to write down the author's name. Anyway,
it's in our previous episode. It'll also be in the show notes.
It will be in the show notes. I meant to do it. I wrote down everybody else's name, but I forgot hers. And this was a really fun pattern to knit. You know, the pattern is easy to remember once you get going. I knit these in Cascade Heritage Quattro in the color 9187, which is a purple, and when you knit it up, it's barber poled, and when you knit it up, it looks more heathered. This was a fish lips kiss heel and the rounded toe that I typically do. And if you are looking for those patterns, they will be linked on the show notes.
You want to do another one? I only have 1.
Okay, I can do the second one. All right, the second one is just my basic hat.
Basic.
This is like just basic hat, where I just cast on as many stitches as I feel like, because this is a hat.
I wish those sparkles would show up better.
Well, they show up a little bit. This is a hat that I knit where I just feel like casting on a certain number of stitches, so there's not any particular pattern.
It fits who it fits.
It fits who it fits. I just, pretty much do 1.5 inches of ribbing, and then at the top I try to, do a decrease that is evenly spaced as possible. I am going to put a pom-pom on this, but again, I can't find my pom-pom maker, and I really like it so much I don't feel like doing the old way of doing pom-poms where I used to wrap it around a piece of cardboard or something like that. And since there's no rush on this, I'll just wait till I find my pom-pom maker. This was knit using, let's see, where is it? Red Heart Shimmer, and the color is blue. I think it's royal blue, and it's really cute. It's sparkly, and it's soft for a red heart. Anyway,
I was thinking it. I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, well, when I knit hats for charity, I almost always use a washable yarn.
That makes sense.
The majority of the time it's acrylic, but I do have a couple of skeins of some washable wool that I will use, but not knowing who the recipient is, I always do it in a washable.
Cascade has a really nice, it's a superwash merino acrylic blend. It's 50/50, and it's really soft.
Yeah,
I've done baby hats.
The acrylics have come a long way since the beginning, so they're not as scratchy and as plasticky as they used to be.
Can you imagine knitting like this? Like knitting, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Like you're so involved in knitting and you want to work with nice stuff back before the internet, where you couldn't get like really nice stuff.
No, not unless somebody local. You had a local yarn store, and down here there's just not an awful lot of those.
I think we're lucky.
Yeah, we're lucky that we have the ability to use the internet and do some searching. But this yarn, I think I picked this up at Michael's. So, you know.
But that's technology. Technology. Words are hard.
Look.
Also, you can't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I apologize again.
I used to be a speech pathologist, and sometimes I'm very disfluent, and I think it's because I put a lot of communicative pressure on myself to be fluent. When I was an undergrad, I used to stutter in front of my stuttering teacher. It was really smooth doing that. But again, it's just the pressure I put on myself to be very fluent and smooth and everything, and it just makes it worse. So yeah, don't worry about it. Don't stress. Don't stress. Okay, so there's two.
Speaking of soft.
What do you have? Woo!
Ooh. Oh, it's not showing up well. Oh, this lighting is horrible.
That's the best we got right now.
This is, these were Rolags from Fellview Fibers. And I think this is the Apple Blossom colorway. I didn't write it down, but I'm pretty sure that's the colorway.
These are Rolags you had been working on, so they would be in previous show notes.
And
I can pull them up and put that in.
Yeah, well, I have it here. I just don't have the name of the colorway. It's
okay.
170 yards of a sport to DK weight 2-ply. And the Fellview Fibers Rolags are Tessa Silk, Rose Fiber, Faux Cashmere, which we found out was nylon. There was some discourse as to what exactly that was.
Very faux.
Bamboo and mulberry silk. And the silk is cool. Can't see it very well, but the green and really bright pink bits, those are the silks.
You can see them shining on our end.
Yeah. But it cracked me up because I had these singles spun up a while back. I showed them in an earlier episode. And someone on Instagram asked me how long I let my singles rest. And I told her at least 24 hours. But what I left out is 24 hours till whenever I get around to it. So I think these singles rested for it's a month and a half.
Minimum of 24 hours.
So these singles were well rested whenever I applied them. So it's just a 2-ply barber pole plied. And it's crazy soft, feel it.
Ooh, that is crazy
I
soft.
know.
Very, very soft.
It was so nice. The silk was kind of hard to spin because it doesn't, the fibers don't move past each other very well.
Is that the first time you've ever spun silk?
Well, I've spun wool with silk in it, but this just had big old chunks of silk, whereas it wasn't really blended into the fiber, which is how it was intended to be. So yeah, it was a new experience, certainly.
Do you have any idea what it wants to be?
It's soft, so maybe a cowl. And I didn't get as much yardage out of it as I thought I would. Maybe it's closer to a worsted.
I would say that's definitely a worsted.
Yeah, it was weird because whenever I was spinning them, they looked almost lace weight, the singles. They looked like fingering to lace weight.
Yeah, well, maybe you didn't spin as tightly as you did the singles.
Yeah, or maybe it bloomed because that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But
because it almost looks worsted to bulky in some spots.
Yeah, not my most even spinning. My most even spinning is 3-ply because you have a better, I don't know how to explain it. 3-ply is more even for me.
Better control?
No, it's whenever you have 2 singles plied together, you're more likely, it's hard to describe. If both singles are bulky, you get an extremely bulky piece. Mm-hmm. You're more likely to have, no, I don't know. If someone out there is a better spinner than me, because I'm not a fairly advanced spinner, if you can explain it, why that happens, feel free, because I don't know what I'm talking about, obviously.
You just know it happens,
yeah,
but you can't explain why.
Yeah, I know my brain's a little fuzzy, so, but yeah, soft. I will definitely buy from them again. These are my first Rolags I've ever spun. And I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. There's almost no drafting required. You just sit there and let it take up.
Let it do its own thing.
So that's the only finished thing I have this week.
All right.
So you can go with your last one.
Oh, my last one is a little Bluebird of Happiness, and it's using the same Red Hot shimmer that I used for the hat. I have not stuffed it yet. I just found the stuffing, so we're ahead of the game on this one.
It was loose in the garage because I just threw it in there, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah, but I had a little bag of stuffing that I wanted to use up before breaking into the big one. Mm-hmm. So anyway, this is a Bluebird of Happiness. I have knit this for this girl named Haley. I don't know if you heard about her on the internet, but last year when she had her 18th birthday, she invited a bunch of people to come and nobody showed up. So her cousin kind of posted on her personal Facebook page to see if she could get some friends to send Haley a birthday card, just so, she wouldn't feel so forgotten for her 19th birthday. Well, the whole thing went viral, and so a lot of people now have sent Haley a ton of cards, and I thought I would let her knit her this little Bluebird of Happiness, because I saw a video of her and her mom, and she just seemed like the sweetest person. So this is my little Bluebird of Happiness.
And you're sending her a card, too?
Yeah, sending her a card and sending her this to get there for her birthday in July. So that's my last finished object.
It's a little.
Yeah, it's a little bluebird.
I remembered I have a hoe, so that's exciting. Sort of a hoe. Mostly a hoe. This is, my yarn is covering my show notes. This is my summer sherbet socks.
I wish the picture showed how beautiful this yarn is.
Yeah, well, you can see it on the last episode. And you'll see it in my pictures on my own Ravelry. I'm putting in an afterthought heel right there.
So that's why the yarn is dark?
Yes.
That's your
yarn. That's why it's an almost toe. Because I'm going to wait and do the heels together. I'm going to put in an afterthought heel because I just wanted to keep the striping sequence the same on both sides. So, and I didn't feel like doing a contrast heel. But, so that's the first sock. And this is 68 stitches. I started from the toe, cast on 24, increased to 68, and just knit. Put the heel in where I figured the heel should go. Didn't really measure it. I'm like, this looks like a good spot. And if it doesn't fit, if it's not the right spot for the heel, I'll do a real afterthought heel and snip the yarn and just graft this bit closed. But I like it. I'm happy with it. And I have started the second one.
What yarn is this?
Oh, this is, I love how we do that. Whenever we forget something, we're like, oh, well, what yarn is it? This is Stray Cat Socks, Summer Sherbet Fizz colorway. And I think it's just her simple sock base.
I don't know.
I think she might just have one sock base. It'll be in the show notes. This is how much I have done in the second sock. Pretty good ways. Getting close to the heel. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's just really nice to have just a vanilla sock. And this yarn was given to me for Christmas from my best friend who just recently had a birthday. So I wanted to knit these socks in June because June is her birthday month and they're very summery. So these are knit on size 1 carbons. I'm sure you all know what they look like. But yeah, I'm enjoying them.
I like a good vanilla sock.
Yeah. I usually bring socks to work on at work, and I always mess up patterns whenever I try to do patterns.
Well, that's why, although I loved the socks that I just finished, I really missed having a vanilla sock. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm going to knit lace socks anymore. I might do a patterned sock.
Try the monkey socks.
A lot of people say the monkey socks are wonderful. I might have to give it a try.
I'm about to knit a pair of monkey socks. I think out of this one right here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's my first whip.
My only whip is the Love of Spiders. It's still in timeout. If you watched a couple of episodes ago, you'll hear that my trials and tribulations with math and counting.
Oh, you haven't knit any this week, huh?
No, I haven't knit anything this week, so it's like I don't need to show you the bag saying
Robin's show today.
This is where it's been for what 3-4 weeks now because it's been in timeout. So yeah, it's still in timeout.
Yeah.
But I will pick it up as soon as I start knitting again. I'm going to sit down and lasso that puppy into remission, and it will begin.
Into remission?
Well, we're having a fight.
Submission. Remission is
submission. You know, I know what remission is.
Because you're in remission.
Duh.
Moving is hard on the brain. It really is.
Yeah, I'll use that excuse, although I don't think that's really it. So.
This is going to be our worst episode.
Like senior moment.
So I guess I'll just show my next whip.
Please do.
This is something I started either yesterday or the day before. I think I started it Wednesday night at like midnight, and I got to like 3 rows, and then I stopped.
Really pretty. I like that yarn.
Oh my god. So I was going to wear my Arrested Development shirt today. Oh, darn it. I'll wear it next time.
Yeah, because then you'll show it as maybe a finished
Yeah. So, well, I doubt that, but it'll be more finished, maybe a hoe. This is, the pattern is the Added Elegance Socks by Mary Lucas. And it's just a stockinette sock, but it has this cable on the side, which isn't really reading well in this yarn, but I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like just busy enough.
Yeah, but you can see there's some pattern there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And look at my little cake stitch marker.
Yay!
The yarn is probably, I don't want to say it's my favorite yarn that I've ever knit with, but
it's up there.
It's way up there. It really is. This is by Knox Yarn, who's a new dyer on Etsy. And this is her banana stand colorway on her Mars base. And I've showed this before. This is a joke from Arrested Development. It's like the first or second episode. But the family patriarch goes to jail for like money laundering and like fraud for his investors. And the family's scrounging around looking for money. And he keeps telling them there's always money in the family banana stand. Meaning they think it means you can always earn money from the banana stand. And they get frustrated and they burn the banana stand to the ground. And it turns out there was like $250,000 lining the walls of the banana stand.
There was literal money in the banana stand.
And I have a banana stand t-shirt, and I was going to wear it today.
So you wear it next time.
I'll wear it next time. But yeah, Knox Yarns, she has fantastic colorways. She just recently came out with the Harry Potter mini skein set. So definitely go check her out. She's fantastic. And she's super sweet. So that's just an added bonus. And both of those socks are living together in close quarters in my puppy dog bag I've shown before with the collie stitch marker. So that's that. Just gonna throw it on the floor. And then this is my last whip. Again, I'm sorry for my voice. I feel like I have to keep apologizing. This is my Stella Luna shawlette. And I'm in the middle of a row, like you do. But it's getting close to being finished, actually. Oh, look what I have.
What?
Where's yours?
I don't know.
We have sort of stashed, but we don't know where most of them are at the moment. But anyway, this is the Stella Luna shawl by Laura Ayler. Yet again, I think I already said that. And it's a bat wing shape, kind of. It's like a half moon, and it has spokes, which you can kind of see.
It's so pretty.
It's gorgeous. It's an incredible pattern. And there's a DPN stuck in it.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. Y'all, moving is like, I don't know where that came from. I don't even know if that's mine. It might be yours. I don't use DPNs.
It doesn't look familiar, but
it's the mystery DPN.
I don't know how it would get in your bag if it was mine.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I know.
Anyway, this is my project for the Summer Colors Cal. The darker pink, it's more like a purple, is the Plucky Knitter. I have the tag. Plucky Knitter single in their Pinky Swear colorway. It's an 80/20 merino silk. Pinky Swear. And it's my first ever Plucky, and I love it. And then the kind of purpley gray is my own yarn. It's Teeny Button Studio solo single in the Luthien colorway, which is a Lord of the Rings inspired colorway. So I just have about this much left here, and then one more of these gray sections, and then I'm done. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but you know the rows get longer, so.
Absolutely.
I'm probably about halfway done.
I'd say you're a little more than halfway.
I try not to overestimate, but.
That way you're not disappointed when you're not finished when you think you should be.
I figured, like, you've already finished your Summer Color Scout project. I'm kind of dragging it out.
It depends on what you call finished. I still haven't blocked it yet because I packed my T-pins early and couldn't remember what box they were in. But I did see them the other day, so I will block it this week,
We
and
should
I
have
will
put
show
Post-it notes all over the boxes that have yarn.
I did the absolute worst job of packing. I didn't mark the boxes the way I should have, and I just thought I'd remember everything, and I didn't think I had that many boxes, and so all that was just lies. Yeah, I'm the worsted.
When I moved, I put my yarn in garbage bags, and I moved it first.
Well, I know where most of my yarn is. The only yarn I don't know where it is I had a bunch of clear glass jars that had a lot of my fingering in it, and those are the ones that are still packed. Yeah. But like the bins right there, that's a lot of my yarn.
Yeah, but that's mostly acrylics.
Yeah, well, I had a lot of that.
It's going in the shelf whenever you're done. I'm excited to see the shelf when it's finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now all the yarn we have for display is like, move your head. Oh. Yeah, the Felici, and then this odds and ends that we found. So
Still unpacking.
Yeah.
I think that the boxes, I like rabbits, because even though I see a lot of empty boxes, I go in the garage and there's still a whole lot.
There's no dent. It looks just like it did when I moved in.
Well, it's not that bad. It's getting better, but there's still a lot.
I'm going to go ahead and show this since we only have the one.
Yeah, because there's a total of 4.
We did an order from Sucre Miniatures. And I don't know if I'm saying that right. I've heard some people say Sucre.
I've heard Sucre most of the time.
Anyway, y'all all know who she is. She does little food charms. And we ordered from her in the middle of May, right?
I don't remember.
The middle to beginning of May, because it was right after we finished school. And she had a problem with one of the items, and so she emailed me, and she's like, you want me to hold the order, just send it all at one time.
Wasn't that the item?
Yeah.
Okay.
She sent it all at one time. Anyway, she was fantastic to deal with. I'm sure y'all have heard she's really famous for doing this kind of stuff, but she was extremely nice. So we ordered 4 things from her. We only have one.
One of the 4.
One of mine is at home, and one of the 2 of yours are MIA. I put them in a project bag.
I think they're in my spider bag. If you want me to go look and see,
we'll show them next time.
Okay.
But I got the macaroni and cheese bowl.
Look how cute! It's a bowl of macaroni and cheese with a spoon stuck in it.
It's just so. My nails look like garbage.
I mean, it looks like mac and cheese.
Sorry. It's just
adorable.
So intricately detailed. And the little spoon.
And the noodles, I mean, they like little elbow macaronis.
Excuse me, sorry.
They're cute.
They're so cute. So that was on my Stella Luna shawl.
Mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm. And the bowl is like real porcelain because it heated up whenever it was in the mailbox. Trying not to die.
Maybe you could take a drink. I think that would help.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't know if Coke's the best thing for that, but sure.
I don't usually drink straight Coke, but I like the bubbles. It feels good in my throat.
What do you mean you don't normally drink straight Coke?
I usually try to drink Diet Coke.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Regular Coke, not really straight Coke. So I was thinking, what are you having, rum and Coke? I mean, what's straight Coke?
I'm not a huge fan of rum and Coke.
Yeah.
But I don't drink that much. I'm a wine kind of girl anyway.
I'm not even touching that.
But I think that's all I have for whips. You have to tell me something?
If I do, I don't know where it is. So I'm just going to say no. I have no stash acquisitions and no throw me something misters.
I'm going to be real with y'all right now. I did a lot of shopping recently. I did a very large amount of shopping. I don't know if it was the move or I had a final and I was so glad to be done. I just went on Etsy and I'm like, I'm buying everything.
All the things.
So, I have a couple more things than what I'm showing, but I'm going to kind of break it up so I don't look as out of control as I really am. But I'll have stash to show you next week for sure. So the first thing I got are these 2, you want to hold one? Sure. These 2 DPN cozies from Whimsy Stitches, who is Rick, who actually lives close to my house, close to my apartment. He lives in Jefferson, I think. So he's
lining.
Yeah.
And there it is up close, a little campfire with marshmallows and little s'mores.
Yeah. He is Whimsy Stitches on Etsy. And I won one of his bags from a giveaway once, which was pretty cool. But, you know what we forgot to do?
What did we forget to do?
We'll do it at the end.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so this is
Apparently we forgot something.
We did. We'll do it at the end. This is cute little sleeping bags, and then these little s'mores.
Mm-hmm.
So cute, and they're very large. You could probably fit like your DPN collection in here. Some people I know do that, or they could fit your project in progress. You just fold it over the extra bit of fabric. So one of these is going to be a prize for the Cal. It's winner's choice. You can choose one. And then I think I'm going to save one of these for the next giveaway or Cal that we do. So one of these could be yours. I love them both. I don't know how you would choose.
Yeah, they're really cute.
I liked the s'mores one because it matched a project I have coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's how I would choose if I had to choose. So.
See, I don't really necessarily try to match my projects. I was tending towards the sleeping bag one because I liked all the colors.
Yeah, so cute. And they both have the inner lining fabric of the yellow. They both look like that. And little plastic snaps. So
very cute.
Very cute. I also got 2 skeins of yarn that I'm going to show. This one is from my Knitology
Knit Crate.
Yeah, Knit Crate, the Knitology Sock Club subscription. And this is the Knitology yarn. This is Knitology Sock Superwash Plus, which is 80/20 superwash merino and nylon in the Hunter Boots in the Rain colorway.
That's an interesting name.
I know. I think I'm going to do monkey socks with this.
That'd be cute.
I really, really like this yarn. I had one person, it was Jessie, who hosts the Hungry Cat podcast, who asked me which Knit Crate subscription I subscribe to. As I said before, this is the Knitology Sock Club, and it's always a Knitology brand. It's like their house yarn. It's hand-dyed, and I think it's $15, and you get a skein of hand-dyed yarn every month. So it's a fantastic deal, I think. I know I've talked about quitting, like canceling my subscription in the past, but they've done really, really well the past couple months. So I'm gonna hold on, keep going on, keep being subscribed. Words are hard. Yeah, a little spacey today.
Very pretty.
It's so pretty. It's very much. It's not really. I mean, the colors are off from almost everything because of the lining.
Everything's really washed out.
Yeah.
But it's really.
It's a lime green.
Beautiful lime green.
Like aqua.
And like a turquoise aqua color.
Yeah, it's very pretty. I went into the post office today, and oh, by the way, if anyone has ordered a Steven Universe mini skein set, it was shipped out this morning. And so I went to the post office today with a big old armful of my new teal mailers. And the guy looks at me, he's like, "Those are turquoise." And I'm like, "Yes, sir, they are." He's like, "Why?" And I'm
because they can be.
I'm like, "I just thought they were pretty." He's like, "Yeah, they're pretty. Okay." And then he left. There was some guy standing in line. It was so weird.
Interesting.
It was so strange. He was an odd man.
Okay.
Yeah. The next thing I have is kind of bittersweet. This is a skein of yarn from February Storm's yarn. February Storm, no S. This is an 80/20 superwash merino nylon, 100 grams, 400 yards. And she doesn't have colorway names. So this one was described as tonal pastel yellow peach. And it's kind of bittersweet because it's absolutely gorgeous. And I got it for dirt cheap because she's closing her store. Apparently she is a law student, I believe, and she has children, and it was just too much work to be dyeing and doing all that at the same time, which I understand, but it's absolutely gorgeous, and I really hope she gets into it again because I think she's really talented. And there's a better picture of this in my stash page, but it's really like a beautiful golden yellow.
With some little peach pops there.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I don't know if she has anything left in her shop. She was doing a huge clearance sale, and the yarn was like $12. And I think she's sold out, but we'll link to her Etsy shop anyway, just in case.
Okay.
Yep, so that's the last thing I think I'm going to show this week.
All right, so for our Ask Us Anything section, we had a question this week, and this was from Hannah, and she wanted to know, how we bind off our shawls. I think Robin and I both use a similar bind off, if not the exact same bind off.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how many names it goes by, but it's basically a simple stretchy bind off.
I've just heard stretchy cast off.
Yeah, and I've also heard, God, what's the word I want to say? There's a super stretchy cast off.
Yeah.
Just it may have different names.
She wanted to know what ones we use on shawls.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and this is the one I use on shawls. And I found a YouTube video that I think that I first learned it on. It's by Very Pink Knits, and she's the one who calls it the simple stretchy bind off. And I will link to that in the show notes. But basically, you knit the stitch, knit 2 stitches, and then you knit them together through the back loop. And she shows you how to do this in both a knit stitch and a purl stitch. And it gives you a very stretchy bind off edge.
And it's very neat. It's like, I don't want to say it looks cabled. It looks like a regular bind off, but a little bit thicker.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks very close to a regular bind off.
Yeah, and it is. It's super stretchy so that, you're able to get whatever kind of border that you're wanting to get. Some are just straight borders, straight rounded borders. Some of them you do points. So it's a good bind off for either one of those. However you decide to block it. All right.
She had another question, right?
Oh, and what is our favorite shawl pattern? I'm sorry, Hannah. Do you want me to go first?
You go first.
At the moment, my favorite shawl pattern would be the 3-color cashmere shawl by Joji Locatelli. I absolutely loved knitting that pattern. I like quite a few of her shawl patterns, as a matter of fact. And I've got quite a number of shawls in my queue that I can't wait to get to, but in terms of what shawls are my favorite, I'd have to say that that's right up there with being my favorite, as well as Dangling Conversation is another one that I really like. It's the one that I did in the, what's it called? Anyway, it's in my progress, in my finished projects.
We'll link to it, huh?
Yeah, we'll link to it. That's another one of my favorite patterns, and I cannot remember the yarn that I did it in. It was the one where it was all the threads. It was 4 threads, and then it kept changing. Wally's color changing yarn is the yarn that I used for it, and so it's a slow gradient.
And the points.
Yes, I really enjoyed that one.
Nice.
And what is your favorite shawl pattern?
I really like the Stella Luna shawl I'm working on right now. Typically, I haven't knit a whole ton of shawls. I have more of a type than a specific pattern that I go to. I like triangular shawlettes, usually 1 or 2 skeins, because I wear them around my neck, like a bandana, like a shawlette kind of. So usually whenever I search for shawl patterns, I search by shape, because I do triangle shawls usually. I'm not a big fan of crescent shawls. I just don't know how to wear them.
See, I'm the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of crescent shawls. The Red Robin shawl is the only triangular shawl I've ever knit. Now, I did enjoy that, but yeah. I'm mostly a crescent shawl person.
Yeah, no, I'm a triangular shawl person, unless it's like really, really, really big, and it could function more as a wrap, like the Color Affection.
Mm-hmm.
I would knit. I haven't ever knit it, but it's in my queue.
I love doing that. That was a fun one to knit as well.
And the 3-color cashmere shawl is in my queue, but I have not yet knit it. But that might be my next shawl.
Love that shawl.
It might.
It's nice and big.
Yeah. So I think that
answers both of Hannah's questions.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll link to the patterns for some of them.
Absolutely.
The important ones.
The ones we mentioned.
Yeah. I think that's all we have for Knitterly content. I will not have a shop update, as I usually do them on Fridays, and it would have already happened by now. I'm currently doing pre-orders. As I said earlier, I just shipped out my Steven Universe set pre-orders, so if you order one, you should be getting it soon. And I also have a Shire from Lord of the Rings, the Shire mini skein set. I only have one more spot for those pre-orders, but I'm going to start dyeing those and shipping them out by next Saturday. So if you did order one of those, your order should be coming to you by next week. And then after that...
It should be going out next week.
It'll be, going out and coming towards you.
Yes.
Moving closer, it's going to be approaching you.
Yes, approaching you.
Oh, and after I dye up all those pre-orders, sorry, I'm going to have more full sets. More full skeins, not sets. I'm getting tired of dyeing minis, though. Not tired, but like, it's different to dye a full skein than it is to dye mini skeins. And mini skeins are fun, but I kind of just want to play with colors and dye some more on my different bases. I have a new cash merino base that I want to play with, but I don't have them in the mini skeins, so I can't play with it yet. But I'm going to get those pre-orders out, and then I can play some more.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. So I think that's all we have for this week,
Okay.
right?
Well, I appreciate you bearing with us in this new location with this new lighting and bearing with us, bearing with the fact that we can't find half of our things, or at least I can't find half of my things.
Speak for yourself.
Yes, I am only speaking for me.
And I apologize again for my voice and the coughing. We're messes this week. We're messes.
We're messes. That might be the title.
Yeah, but thank you if you did end up watching it. We appreciate it. We really do.
We do.
And if this episode was too much for you to handle, hopefully you'll go back and watch some of our earlier, better episodes. And hopefully we'll have a better setup next week.
No, that's the goal for next week, is to find where we can do this. Right now we don't have any window coverings, so we don't have a lot of natural light coming in, because it's just a lot easier to keep the brown paper up all day long. It doesn't go all the way to the top of the windows, but it blocks the majority of the light.
The brown paper diffuses the light, but it makes it darker.
Yeah.
Because it's not white.
Yeah, it gives everything a different tone. So, not sure when the plantation shutters are coming in, but we will play around with some locations during the week, and hopefully we'll find something that's going to work a lot better than this. Mm-hmm. So appreciate you bearing with us and staying with us all the way to the end. And we hope you have a wonderful week and get a lot of knitting done.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.